I'm getting close to throwing in the towel, man. I'm getting very close to throwing in the towel, man. They might go unbeaten. They might go unbeaten because gonna give a shout to Sheffield United because Chris Wilder, quality coach. Because look, man, you're going up against one of the best sides in Europe, perhaps the best side in Europe if you take everything into account. And they held their ground. They held their ground, and they had some very good opportunities like that chance in the second half where you saw Allison pretty much ensure that he didn't score over the goal line. But as I'm looking at this Liverpool side, as I'm looking specifically, I'm like, how do these guys lose? How do those guys lose? Because I'm looking at them. What is their pattern? What is their strategy? How are they attacking? And for me, I said to myself, look, that's just my weirdest thing. I said to myself that unless you have dribblers or strong individuals, I'm not sure that you can beat this team, specifically if you're playing them at their crib. You can't. And I think for Sheffield United, superbly organized, great team, and so forth, really well coached, have a clear idea of what they want to do, and everybody is in sync. But for Sheffield United, they were reduced to long balls. They were reduced to hoping for balls over the top. And because Liverpool's defense is so well trained and Van Dijk is marshalling that defense so well, they were able to read that strategy that Chris Wilder was hoping to get, which is that, okay, we can't pass through these guys. We have no individuals, we have no dribblers. So the best thing that we have to do is try and organize our guys, making those smart runs off the ball and trying to get the ball over the top. But Liverpool were able to snuff them out. And I think, Gomez, who was a bit shaky when he came back from his injury, he's now back to his formidable best. He's now back to his formidable best. Okay, let me just turn off this whole thing. But the thing, though, is this Liverpool side, I said again that they don't have a pattern. They don't have a specific pattern. And they have goal scorers all over. So if, let's say, I'm a coach, I'm like, okay, how do you defend against these guys? There isn't a clear defense plan. Hence why, if you're coming against Liverpool and your main thing is just to defend and counter, you're either gonna lose or you have to be very lucky and hope that they just miss a lot of their chances. Because even if you sit in deep, Salah always gets his shots off. Firmino, even if he didn't have a good game today, he'll find those balls through. And I saw him, man, El Dio is something different. El Dio is something different. El Dio is just one of those dudes that, as I said again, left, could he hit it to the right? Can he come into the number 10? He'll come in wide. He can cut in on the inside. He can dribble past you. He can find little passes into the pockets of space. He can hit you in so many different ways. It's hard to actually have a specific strategy to stop him. And I just think that, what you've seen throughout the season, hence why these guys could come close to not losing a game. There's still a long way to go, but they could come close to not losing a game because when they've not played well, when they've looked completely ordinary, they still win. And when they play well, sometimes you can play well and still lose, but when they play well, they still win. And the issue is, it's almost similar to 2015 Barcelona. Not the same, but almost similar to 2015 Barcelona. But the difference between, the 2015 Barcelona was they had those three front guys who were, as I said, the greatest front three in club history. Like, just ridiculous. So all Luis Enrique did was like, just get that ball to the front three, we'll win the game. But for this Liverpool side is that they've got a very functional midfield. Not flashy. I don't see any Javis or Iniestas or Modric's or Cruz's in there, but it's a very functional midfield that knows how to defend, how to work hard, how to protect the defense, but also how to shift the ball up forward, specifically for Henderson. And I think in this game, what you saw was, it's very similar to the game against Tottenham, very similar to the match against Tottenham. Once they pushed and they got the early goal, they were like, we don't need to really force the issue for the second goal. We can contain ourselves. And that is the beauty of what Klopp has built with his mofos, is that they can switch it up. They can harass you, press high, be very aggressive, really go for the attack, throw men forward, and really continue to find space in the last third. Or they can just consolidate. They can keep hold of the ball. They can chill it down. And I think that is what they missed in previous seasons, is that they didn't know how to chill out and keep hold of the ball, be really contained. And I just think that as I was watching it, I already knew that the game was over. Even at 1-0, by the time I got to the fifth, halfway through the first, I knew this game was over because I said, and I've said this many times, the only team that can beat this Liverpool side is PSG. That's it. It's a fully fit PSG are the only team that can beat. Like, and I said, these guys can. Like Liverpool are the best, PSG the best. We have a game. We have a game. Hence why, when you saw that game at Anfield, Liverpool only just won in the last minute. But it was a game. So it's because that game is 50-50. Any team can win. Apart from that, because the only way you can beat this Liverpool side is you have to attack them. You have to attack them, similar to Guardiola's Barcelona side, where you can't just defend against them. You have to really attack them and have an attack game plan on you or Jose Mourinho. And I just think that, and if you don't have you can't pass through these guys because within Van Dijk, Robertson, and even Henderson and so forth, and these guys, Klopp has them drilled very, very well. I was even watching an interview with Klopp and Wenger. And Klopp said that, he wants his guys to run hard and he wants his guys to have a lot of energy. And it's similar to his Dortmund side, which is that everyone works hard. But the key thing is this, is you actually enjoy it. There's one thing where you just run, and it's just about fitness. There's another thing where, let's have fun. And similar to how, a leader or a president, he leads by example, and what he does permeates right down to the rest of the team. Klopp's energy and the passion that he demands, every single time that Liverpool have an attack or something, he's clapping his hands, he's doing pump fists. So and that's kind of energy permeates right to this flipping team, So and I'm just looking at it here, man, there is because the key thing I say to guys is that chemistry is huge. Give me a team of average guys with amazing chemistry over 10 superstars who have no chemistry. If you have amazing chemistry, you can do crazy things. Like Sheffield United have amazing chemistry. It's just that they're going up against a side that has as good a chemistry as them, but they have Salah and LDO and so forth, and they have the kind of crossing distribution ability of a Trent and a Robertson, So, but as I'm just looking at this side, man, and I'm just watching them, and because I just look at this closeness, how do you beat these guys? And it's there isn't a specific strategy. Because as I said, there is a way, but there's not a specific strategy that you can have because, and which is the beauty of what Klopp does with these guys, similar to what you saw with his Dortmund side, which is that nobody is a slave to their position. As in, you can see Trent coming to the middle, you can see Firmino come all the way deep to midfield, you can see Salah switch spaces. There is a fluidity in the attack. So once these Liverpool sides are attacking, you don't have guys who are doggedly sticking to their position. So once you have that, I would say it's similar if you go onto YouTube and you look at the 98 Brazil side now. These guys ain't sniffing on the 98 Brazil side, just chill. But if you look at that 98 Brazil side, it's similar to that, whereas that screw what you see on the formation sheets. What you're playing against are just guys coming at you from everywhere. So this guy, he's a right winger, now he's in central midfield, now he's in the attack. This guy comes in deep. So there is a randomness. So there's a randomness in the way that they attack, and it's ordered chaos. It is ordered chaos that they have. So look, man, that's the question I ask you guys, man. That's the question that we're going for these guys, because I felt that Arsenal, it's going to be a long time until a team like Arsenal go unbeaten and the team really goes invincible like Arsenal do. But I'm looking at this Liverpool side and Premier League, Champions League is a whole other proposition as well. And I think that game against Atletico Madrid will be very interesting. Liverpool will still win, but it's an interesting game. But looking specifically at this Premier League, because for me, Man City are not as formidable as they were before. And I think City can definitely beat them at the Etihad, but Liverpool could very much beat them as well, because I think what's happening right now with this Liverpool side, which is what is so dangerous, is they're wait a minute, we can do something special here. We can not only go unbeaten, we can try and actually break the wins record. Because as I said again, I was I don't know whether I tweeted this. I was wait a minute, so yeah, are they just going to just draw one game and win the rest? Excuse me? So let me guess. So there are 38 games of the season. So I'm gonna press google.com, look at Liverpool, and it's gonna say W37 D1L0. Like, is that where we're at right now in 2020? That's what I'm asking, you know. Um, but again, for me, Sheffield United, there's nothing differently that they could have done. It is what it is. You just faced a team that is um like we're in January right now. We're waiting for the Liverpool slump. I'm just like I'm still waiting for the Liverpool slump to see whether Chelsea have a chance, man. And yeah, relax. I know. Yeah, LL, blah blah. You're deluded and all that crap. I read your flipping comments. I may not respond, but I read your flipping comments, man. And I'm coming close to just giving up. I'm close. Let's give me a few more games. Let's just see what happens in the few more games. But I'm this close to say, you know what, screw it. Throw in the towel, forfeit, and just like just stop the Premier League right now, you know. But yeah, man, Klopp has built something very dangerous here, and we could be stranger things have happened, but we could be witnessing something quite horrifically scary. Because that's what I'm frightened about. Because I am actually terrified as to what that table will look like when all is said and done after 38 games. Because I was sold that this is the most elite league in the world. That's what I got sold. I got sold that this is the best league in the world. This is the toughest league in the world. That's what I got sold. So the Premier League, the best league in the world, and there's a team who were in January have drawn once against Gollum. They drew once against Gollum and they've won the rest of their games. Like, I always go to Google.com. I just stare at that stats because I don't know about you guys. Maybe that's you. I'm just speaking for myself. I always stare at that stats and I look at all the green ticks and I say, wait a minute. Lost none, drawn one, and they've won all the rest of their games. And we're in January. We're in January. It's odd. Like the vid, hit that like button, smash that like button to support this whole thing, and remember to subscribe if you're new, man. Thank you.